Hi there. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how any digital marketer, strategist, or even CMO can use Similarweb to get much smarter about their market and their competition, uncovering insights that directly impact their business, insights that you can't find anywhere else. What I'm about to show is only 2 of our 5 solutions, and within those 2 solutions, we're really only scratching the surface of the data and insights available. But with that, let's jump into digital research intelligence, looking at industry trends. We'll take the example of the fashion and apparel industry, and let's assume that I'm responsible for marketing for the US at Gap and want to take a look at 2020. Here we see the online performance of the entire fashion and apparel industry for 2020. Top-level traffic and engagement metrics for sites within the industry, visit duration, pages per visit, bounce rate, all critical for benchmarking Gap's performance versus the industry at large. I can even do a year-on-year comparison to the previous year, in this case 2019, showing how after the initial disruption of COVID, the industry experienced substantial online growth. And I can also switch to a daily view in order to look at major shopping holidays like the impact of Black Friday as well as Cyber Monday. Also of note here is the dominance of mobile. Just look at that light blue section. Next, we can look at how Gap stacks up against the competition by mapping the market in the industry leaders tool. Let's look at bounce rate versus monthly visits here, sort of a quantity versus quality analysis. Here you can see that Macy's gets a lot of traffic, but also has a really high bounce rate. Gap is doing great, coming in at number 2 with traffic, but much lower bounce rate. From this, it looks like the closest performing site is Nordstrom's, so let's drill in there. Clicking on Nordstrom, we're able to compare our website performance to theirs. Here you can see head-to-head across all major digital metrics. In 2020, we beat them in every category here almost. Visitors, time on site, bounce rate, you name it. One of the really powerful things Similarweb does is provide you insights into your audience, geography, demographics, and behavior. So if we go into audience interests, we discovered that of people who visited Nordstrom's site, about 3% of them went to Gap on the same day. And Nordstrom is definitely a competitive threat to us from a cross-shopping standpoint. Of those who first visited Gap's site, about 8% went to Nordstrom on the same day. Knowing this, let's dig deeper and use the digital marketing intelligence product to help us figure out how we can do an even better job of beating them when it comes to traffic acquisition. This is a pretty remarkable view. We can see how much these channels are driving traffic to these websites. Generally, Gap is driving higher volume, but display ads look like an area in which Nordstrom's is ahead. First, we need to understand if the traffic Nordstrom is driving via display is even high quality traffic before deciding whether this route is worth it for Gap. Here we can see how much display traffic Nordstrom is driving over time. And we can even go to bounce rate to notice that Nordstrom's bounce rate is historically lower, suggesting that traffic that Nordstrom drives from display ads is higher quality, more likely to stick around the site. It also means we could learn from how they do their landing pages, so let's add that as a follow-up item for the team. Let's drill into Nordstrom's display strategy. Here we have an overview of the display traffic for these 2 websites, but we're going to go into ad networks, because these are the programmatic places that are driving display traffic to these sites. So wow, looks like Skimlinks and Google Display Network together make up over 85% of the total display traffic share. And Nordstrom is beating us on both fronts, look at that. So looks like places we could double down to close the display gap. Let's also look at the specific publishers. Looks like 12% of the display traffic came from display ads placed on Yahoo, where again, Nordstrom dominated in the share. Another place we could focus. We offer similar visibility into every channel, so let's look at just one more, organic search. We've got tons of great SEO tools. Today I want to focus on Keyword Gap, which shows you the relative overlap of keywords that are driving traffic to different sites. If I click on just opportunities, I get a list of the keywords that are only driving traffic to Nordstrom, but not to us at Gap. Super useful for our content team, but also some of these look like opportunities for our partnership and merchant teams. And by the way, this is real data. We're not guessing at this by scraping search engine result pages and reverse engineering user activity, which is the kind of guesswork that our competition does. We base everything on true user behavior, so our data is extremely reliable and it's also super fresh. So to summarize, we started by looking at overall market trends, and then we drilled into Gap's competitors to benchmark performance and understand where we're underperforming across display and organic search. We identified a number of actionable insights in display advertising, specifically to look into landing page performance and consider advertising more via Google Display Network, skim links, and on Yahoo. And then we found a number of specific product keyword opportunities for organic search. And we did this all in just a few minutes, utilizing a small fraction of the capabilities of the Similarweb platform. Today we focused on digital strategy and marketing, but we provide similar insights for many other use cases: sales, e-commerce, investing, you name it. Thanks for your time today, and I hope this was a useful glimpse into the power of Similarweb.